Good afternoon. Really pleased to be here. For the first time, we presenting something at FuturePrint. I'm Christophe Imbert from Lubrizol, based a bit up north from here in Barcelona. And today I will speak about inks, water-based inks, and the challenges we can face and how we can address that through pigment dispersion, to the dispersions. Okay. So before to go into the details, just a few words about the background, about the history of inkjet printing. So this is a really long journey to come to here, starting with the early days in the early 80s. And here you can see really what Fraser was mentioning, the innovations, all the innovations around inkjet printing that coming into the new system I can see today. And what we can see here also is that all these innovations in equipment, in presses, printers, are going hand by hand with the developments and innovation into the inks, the ink systems. So thinking about the first drop-on-demand system, but also if you look in the 2000s with the UV inks and UV curable systems, where you see really the innovations that are following, the ink innovation following also the innovation into the equipment, the printers. And all these journey can go through now some more adoptions into the industrial printing of inkjets. And with this adoption also, you need to have really more performance ink system to go in combination with the new presses, especially in water-based, that you've seen today. So these new presses, of course, will bring new challenges for the ink. What are these challenges? First, I mean, you see the new presses, water-based presses, this all about speed, high speed. And to have this high speed, you need also to maintain the quality of the printing. So this is here really a challenge. One of the first challenges is how to formulate an ink that can be run on these high-speed presses. And this by optimizations of the drying, of course, on the substrate, but also all the things going about spreading, about quality of the printing. Another challenge is the durability and color fastness. So here when I say durability means that we know that water-based inks are sometimes challenging to maintain the color, to maintain the fading, and not fading, I would say, over time. We can, of course, using some varnishes or these kind of things, but this is one of the challenges also we're seeing for the water-based inks. And of course, color fastness here that need to be addressed for this kind of system. Ink stability. So why ink stability? The main reasons is all the things that happening in the nozzle. Okay. So what we want is to maintain the stability of these water-based inks to go through this really fast printing process and not preventing clogging of the nozzles. So this is a big challenge, and we'll see later for moving into more, let's say, higher speed printers or more performance systems. Last one, but perhaps not the ones, color gamut, vividness. So of course, water-based inks compared to other technology like UV is always facing some issue into the color gamut or let's say the vibrant colors that you can find on this kind of thing. So innovation also need to provide solutions to this issue. So before to go into how we can address these challenges, just a few words about Lubrizol. So Lubrizol, what we do in Lubrizol are chemistry. We're doing different chemistry, but all applying to deserve and improve the performance and improve the needs, address the needs on this market. So here, for digital systems, Lubrizol is providing chemistry that go into the inks, but also into the substrate. We're not making inks. We providing components for the ink systems. In that case, one of the or major, I would say, product that we're selling in all different area of inkjet printing, so dispersion technology. Okay, all-made dispersion with the brown salt spurs, but also we providing resins, binders, surface modifiers, and of course dispersions. And for the primer also, a lot of different products that go into the primer. Speaking about the dispersion, so how can we address really these challenges we've seen before on inkjets? One of the key elements of an ink formulation is the dispersion, the pigment dispersions. And here the innovations we are proposing to the industry today is our HSD technology, which is dispersion, pigment dispersion, water-based, where really the innovation is around how we're dispersing that, and the dispersant we're using to put this pigment into dispersions. Here we are doing irreversible, we say, anchoring system. So a bit of explanations. Usually the dispersants are molecules, polymers or shorter molecules that adhere on the pigments on one part, and the other part will have affinity for the solvent or the mediums in dispersing. The problem we're facing sometimes is that you have, because you change into the medium, because change of the environment, you can have debonding or de-anchoring of the dispersant itself. So here the innovation is around maintaining a kind of encapsulations of the particles with a dispersant. It means irreversible, so there's no change into that, no de-anchoring. So how can we address also the challenges we're seeing? First of all, speaking about stability. Maintaining good jetting stability and quality reliability when the water evaporates, especially on the nozzles. So here it is really important that we're maintaining, and you will see later that how we can address that. I mean, there's a change in the solvent, there's a change during the drying that makes the dispersion unstable, and you have an ink unstable. So it means that you have, it's affecting, and you have cloaking, and you are problem on printing. Another point is how these dispersions works in combination with the other component of the inks, and especially the binder. So improving the durability and the fastness through a synergy with the binder is what this new kind of dispersion can bring to your inks. Other challenges, again, the stability, but looking at the more compatibility point of view. I mean, having this kind of new dispersion technology bring you much more freedom to formulate your inks in the different manners. Okay, and we know that formulation is really important, especially with the new printer systems. This dispersion is stable with a lot of solvent polarities. It means that during the drying, you will see a change of polarity of your solvents, and here you need to increase the stability. You need to stay constantly stable. Last one, color gamut. How we can improve the color gamut to the dispersion systems, to the pigment itself. So this is all around the milling. Nano-milling, nano-processing of the pigment will improve the color gamut and the vividness of your ink. And all these elements improve and are going to our new Diamond HSD technology. Just to mention here, because we speak a lot about packaging, we speak a lot about regulations. Here, what the dispersion, the diamond dispersion HSD we're proposing are also complying with all the regulations, food contact, and other regulations in the world. So, high performance dispersions for high-demanding applications. Some results here. We speak about stability. One of the key things when you're formulating your inks is that you're using co-solvents. When the solvent is drying, especially the water, you have an increase of the concentrations of the co-solvents. And you see on the conventional dispersions what's happening. There's a change of polarity, and your dispersions start to be unstable. So you have settling. With the HSD technology, you maintain, so when you're drying, when the water evaporates, you have still the stability of your dispersions. And this is what you see in numbers here. So really stable dispersions in a lot of different environments when you are printing, but also when you are storing your inks. Of course, you don't want to have settling of your inks when you're storing that. Another thing's reliability. Here you can see, as compared, it's a lab test, okay? It's not, on a lab test, how you can improve the reliability of your ink as compared to the traditional system. So with our HSD high stability dispersions, we can improve the stability, the reliability of your inks. It's really important. You don't want your nozzle to clog on a printer, especially high-speed ones. So this is really how we can improve, through the dispersions, the performance of the ink itself. And I think that's all for me.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Christophe.